Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 175 of Crunch Time with the N326 Duo. I'm your host today, Sam Godsey, and with me, as always, is Tanner Dislin. Tanner, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling pretty good, Sam. I tell you what, just a few short hours ago, we were having some conversations about what we're going to talk about this episode, but thank goodness for the National Drama Association giving us a little something to talk about before we get into our Give Me Five later.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that time of year where there's not a whole lot going on. Obviously, the MLB is going on right now. That's kind of the main sport going on, but it doesn't change on a week-to-week basis very much. So it's time we bring back a familiar segment, headlines. We just recap all the big stuff going on in the world, and like Tanner said, NBA free agency has kicked off, so we'll be talking about that a lot today. Talk about some other headlines, guys. A 4th of July theme bracket, and then we'll wrap up with a Give Me Five. But Tanner, let's start off. We'll save the NBA free agency for last, but NBA draft night happened not too long ago. Why it is 2 nights now is absurd to me. But I think the biggest things were the feelings behind VJ Edgecombe and Common Mulach compared to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey is just the villain of this rookie class. I don't even think it's particularly close, Tanner. He reported today that he's happy in Utah, but he didn't show when Walter Clayton Jr. Showed up. So you got any thoughts on this, man? VJ Edgecombe, hope he kills it. Just his whole backstory and Common Mulach, crazy backstories for both of them.
Can you believe that? Can you imagine getting drafted, your dreams coming true, and then you're just like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I will never wrap my mind around that. And like, obviously, there are famous examples of people doing it, specifically in the NFL,
Yeah,
Manning stuff. I kind of think that we don't talk about it enough. That's like, because a lot of talk about Eli Manning is generally in a positive light, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, yeah, and the whole Phillip Rivers versus Eli Manning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, people talk about that more than like the fact that it's absolutely crazy that on draft night, when someone drafts you, a team drafts you, you're just like, no, I don't want to go. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, and I love the fact that because he was expecting to be like a top 3 pick. He was the number 3 pick, obviously, with all this. The Utah Jazz took him without even having a private workout. And the story has just been getting crazier. His agent is like some rando guy. His name is Omar Cooper.
Video of him and his, like,
yeah, that was crazy. But he was Sharif Cooper's agent a couple years ago. I can't remember how long it's been, but he was supposed to be like the top guy coming out of college, high school, and he dropped from like a projected lottery pick, like pick 47. This is how short he is. That's why I did that. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. For those of you,
all right, we're back.
For those of you on the podcast feed,
that's tough.
Did you
I accidentally hit it.
He accidentally hit his lever and his chair just sunk in the middle of him talking. So that was very funny. But yeah,
this story's crazy, Tanner.
I just like got to the point where like I don't even really want to talk. Like, it's just like I don't care about him, man. Like,
I hope he
you're
sucks.
ungrateful piece of crap. And then like you go like the come on Malawash stuff, man. Like he's like you see the tears in his eyes. They're throwing up the pictures. Like it's crazy. There's an NBA jersey with my name on it. I worked so hard for this. And it's like, yeah, that's a normal human reaction to achieving your dreams.
Yeah.
Not, I'm not going to play for you, and just being being like that. So it really bothers me. But he's entitled to act the way he wants to. But there will be hopefully consequences to acting like that. So
for sure. This Ace Bailey, I feel like we should be highlighting VJ Edgecombe and Common Mulaj. Their stories more than but it seems Ace Bailey is the talk of this draft. If you didn't know, Cooper Flagg went one, shocking absolutely nobody.
Yes. Those are my favorite tweets, by the way. When like the pick is made, and everyone's like breaking.
Yeah,
the breaking all caps will always crack.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But another draft happened recently. Did you see the NHL draft pick Roger McQueen?
I have. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have not been tuned in to the NHL draft. That's on me. I'll wear that.
Unreal.
I'll wear that. I did see pictures of some guy with a McQueen jersey on.
Yeah.
Anaheim Ducks?
Yeah, Anaheim Ducks. 10th overall.
So I did see pictures of some guy in an Anaheim Ducks jersey with McQueen on the back, and I was wildly confused because, of course, they wwere photoshopped with Lightning McQueen on it. So I was like, what is going on? So I didn't understand it, so I just kept scrolling.
Nice.
Now it makes more sense.
Yeah. So he picked number 95 in honor of the GOAT, Lightning McQueen. So it was fire. Just fired number choice there.
That's fantastic. That's really good stuff. That rocks. I couldn't be buy or sell. Quick buy or sell. I'm selling it. I'm selling Ace Bailey.
Yeah.
Buy. What's his first name?
Roger McQueen. Absolutely, dude. But so that happened. We're not NHL guys, so we're not gonna dive into that one. But the NFL made some headlines as well. Jalen Ramsey got and tight end Jonnu Smith and a 2027 7th round pick got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for Minkah Fitzpatrick, a 2027 first round pick. Here, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first off, Jalen. It's been a while, I think, since I've seen Jalen Ramsey play meaningful football. I'm not going to come out here and say he doesn't still have it. I have no idea. I'm not going to say he does still have it. By all accounts, the Steelers got better from this trade. I mean, I saw like for Minkah Fitzpatrick, it's like, okay, like you're adding a secondary piece, but you're also trading away a secondary piece. It's a little strange, but you got a tight end. You got a big tight end. You got one of the bigger names in the quarterback in the NFL. You traded away a first rounder. Was it Minkah and a first rounder?
Minkah and a fifth.
Fifth. Yeah, dude. Quick sidebar. You tell me a random NFL player, and you say what round pick did he get traded for? I can't I could see first through a 7th. That's the craziness of the NFL trade.
Yeah,
there's so many trades, and I'm like a 5th, really?
Yeah.
And then there are trades where like they get a first. I don't know.
If I was a GM, I'd never have a draft pick.
Kidding me? I would just I could draft this guy out of USC in the 5th round, or I can use it to get established quarterback. I'm gonna try anyway. I agree with you, but overall, it was kind of like a. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for the Steelers if you're Steelers.
It's almost like a fair trade. Like, of all trades, like, I feel like this is one of the most fair trade. Like, it's like both of them aren't at their prime, but
you're probably like,
they're still
like
solid
I like
pieces.
This. And if you're I'm like, okay, this is good for the Steelers, but I'm not gonna say they're gonna win the AFC North now. But
yeah.
Good for
sure. Yeah, absolutely. So that happened. Now we'll switch to college football.
Actually, before we move on, did you hear Darren Waller? See what's happening with Darren Waller.
Did he get traded? Or
So,
did he retire?
Last year he retired. Last year he retired. This year he unretired.
Hell yeah.
It got traded.
That's so sick.
It got traded from the Giants to someone. Oh boy.
Damn.
He got traded from the Giants.
This man.
I'll take it. Okay, he was traded to the Dolphins. That's why. Okay. He was traded to the Dolphins from the Giants, so they replaced Jonnu Smith with Darren Waller, who I think tried to launch a rap career in his retirement.
Yeah. Fire.
Yep.
But switching over to the college side thing, Tanner, did you hear the most outlandish quote by Mr. Paul Finebaum today? He said, Arch Manning is the best college football quarterback we have seen since Tim Tebow entered the scene in 2006.
Whatever.
He's played 2 games?
Yeah,
and I don't think he started either.
No way. Right? That's got to be
right.
Like, I'm sure Arch Manning will be very good. He's very like that is just a crazy statement.
Like
having even if he said at the end of his career he will be.
That's more acceptable.
100%. I'd still be like, whoa, that's a crazy take. But you got to respect the take. This is just bananas.
I mean, let's just go down the line of quarterbacks. Cam Newton, Johnny Manziel, Marcus Mariota.
Dude, even Jameis Winston. Like, championship.
I mean, what year was Colt McCoy at Texas?
Well, I think that might have been before Tebow. I think. Because it was Colt McCoy versus Matt
Liner?
No, that was Vince Young versus Matt Liner.
Yeah, it was. He might have been. Well, he was like 35 playing football. No, that was Brandon Weeden.
You know what?
Geno Smith.
I have a computer sitting in front of me.
Geno Smith
was incredible. Even like the recent guys, like your Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, they were both.
Lamar Jackson.
Burrow. I mean, this is dude. It's Finebaum, so you get the SEC. I mean, we had what? Johnny Manziel,
Cam Newton,
SEC, and
Joe
Burrow, SEC.
I'd even throw Jalen Hurts in there for a little bit.
Colt McCoy was at Texas from 05 to 09.
Oh, damn.
So
he's hurt.
But I guess now, and then we haven't even touched on the string of Oklahoma quarterbacks. By the way, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, all of them Heisman Trophy winners. Like they had like 3 in a row or something like that. Jalen Hurts, like this is crazy.
I mean, Bryce Young's up there. I'm taking.
We could do this all.
That's just absurd.
We truly could do this all.
That's absurd.
Yeah, that's a crazy take. Absolutely crazy take.
I think this is probably going to upset a lot of people. I don't think Tim Tebow was that good of a quarterback. I think he was surrounded by one of the best talent.
It's so tough because we can have these, we get into the semantics. I think because Tim Tebow obviously was a fantastic football player when he got to the football field.
Correct.
Quarterback, but obviously we didn't know he was the best. We knew he wasn't the best passer.
Yeah.
But he it's really because he was a football player who played quarterback. We can get it. Is he a better quarterback or football player? I don't know. He was a great football player. His team was so good. He won. He was the heart and soul of that team. Probably the best player on that team. But I still think, to this day, I watch both of them play. I don't think I've seen a more dominant college quarterback than Cam Newton in that single year when he was at Auburn.
Dude, unreal.
I think number 2 in terms of just this guy's on a different level than everyone in college football would probably be Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that dude was
did they face each other
incredible
in that national championship?
No.
It was the Oregon, because they played Oregon, didn't they?
They did play Oregon, but it wasn't Mariota. We forgot Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean,
Sean Watson in college, will not talk about him. Will not talk about his pro career, but until Cleveland, I'll take.
Did Trevor Lawrence win 2, or did he just win 1?
I think he might have just won the one.
The one where they beat the brakes off him, right?
Yeah. RG3. Sam Bradford.
Yeah, I mean, already.
Andrew Luck. CJ Stroud.
Correct. Yeah. Darren Thomas was the quarterback at Auburn, or not Auburn, at Oregon when they played Auburn.
Here's a fun name: Colin Klein. Denard Robinson. That's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. That's
Teddy Bridgewater.
Like obviously, look, we're naming a bunch of quarterbacks. I do think when it's all said and done, what's his name? Arch Manning will be better than a lot of the people we just named. But like saying that
right now when he's seen the field 2 times is crazy.
Like the people that we've named that like legitimately, I don't want to say got me mad, but got me just like, yeah, dude, you're insane for that. Like legitimately was like, dude, there's no possible way you can think that. So of course, I think it would be Cam Newton, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston. I would go. Well, now he's probably I forget who we named. Who else were we naming? Joe Burrow. Did I say Joe Burrow? I can't remember. I said Joe Burrow for sure. RG3, Andrew Luck, like these guys were so good, man. Like that's crazy.
I mean, Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel as well.
Joe Burrow for sure.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar too. Yep. Lamar is another one I'll throw in there.
I mean, there's probably like 10 we named that I'd take.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. I just couldn't remember who we named. Yeah. But like, yes, I agree that there are like legitimately 10 people that
it's a time of year where
you gotta throw out your takes.
Yeah.
Throw out your takes.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we'll go over to the hardwood, Tanner. The greatest sports video games coming back.
Yes.
College basketball is back. Unfortunately, we have to wait a long ass time till 2028. But I could be happy.
If there is one thing I absolutely need in this video game, it would have to be, please, God, bring back both CBS
and ESPN.
And when you load into a game, it's just by the luck of the draw what you're going to get.
They have to,
and
right?
Dude, the chills I would get when the screen would go black and you CBS heartbeat as it started. Oh my God! I'd get done balling with Blake Griffin on the blacktop.
Shout out.
While the game floating. Unbelievable feature. Why don't we bring that back?
Why that isn't a thing is absurd.
That's genius. But then when it loads and you can load in, just like you said, it goes black and you know you're getting CBS.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then you can just load into the
that game was so good.
Oh my, that would be the best
thing.
It's
so good.
And which I'm scared they're not going to do it because like they could do it with
I think they will.
Games. They have to though, man. They have to.
I think they will.
I like, but they could also do it
because that's one of the more memorable.
It was
moments.
Unique to that game for sure. But like, also like I want the college football game to go between Fox, CBS, and ESPN.
Yeah,
that would be so cool. Let's do that. I don't know. Or do something with like because specifically with college football, it's so conference based. So like if you pick a Big Ten team, you play on Fox.
Yeah.
Or if you pick an
I
SEC,
feel like it's
be on
kind of
ABC.
absurd they didn't do that.
Or if you pick or on CBS, like
Well, yeah. Now it's
but then they got NBC now.
yeah, now it's all jacked up.
Get one on
But
Peacock.
the Iowa versus Ball State week 1. But yeah,
You pick an ACC, it's on the CW.
Pac-12 Apple TV. Shout out Texas State for joining the Pac-12, by the way. Huge news. Texas State, Pac-12 member. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I didn't even see that. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Tough. You know, the Mountain West basically becoming the Pac-12. I'm on board with that. Mountain West has basically been like top tier, mid-major, group 5, depending on. But God, Texas State is tough. Those few years with TJ Finley were pretty good.
Yeah. They've kind of been competing in the Sun Belt. I don't know what the comparison between the new Pac-12 and, but yeah, shout out. But yeah, super pumped for that. EA Sports announced it, and then 2K announced it. It's been a while. They tweeted.
I saw this.
It's been a while since we've been on campus. 2K, please don't make this game. Let EA Sports. You can have your NBA. That's cool. Your product sucks, and I play 2K a lot, but the product is terrible, and I think it would be a disgrace to college basketball revival if EA Sports did it.
I agree. Also, you see they'll have men's and women's programs.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so many teams.
I know.
It's gonna be so many teams.
Like, how do you
300 plus teams?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
So we'll see interesting how they handle that.
That's probably why it's taking like 3-4 years.
Yeah, that's
like teams are already announcing we're in the game. Like Iowa announced.
That's unbelievably good news.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
And something else I would like to say. This is just you'll have better insight on this than I would because I don't really follow college baseball that well, but I think this College World Series is one of the more mainstream covered College World Series 100%. That I've ever seen.
Yeah. Dude, that's the next step.
Could that be coming?
I would love that to come back. They haven't made that in a while. I think
like MVP baseball.
MVP baseball 06.
Texas guy.
With Texas guy. Absolutely. I think it would take a lot for them to bring it back. I don't think there's a big of a draw. I think the college baseball, if you're not living in or from a state that is ACC affiliated or SEC affiliated, and now sort of,
and also
West Coast teams, I'd say.
Yep, West Coast, and then of course Nebraska.
Of course, yeah. But I just don't think I would love it, but I just don't think I think it is getting more and more popular.
I think we're gonna have to continue this trend of popularity because I couldn't believe I was all over my time. Like, obviously, I'm a huge baseball fan, I'm a huge college sports fan, but I would never really see anything from the College World Series, and this year was all over my feed. Everyone was covering it.
Yeah, and I think a lot has to do with the uniqueness of the teams. Usually, it's all SEC and no one so. I think we're going to see a lot more of that with all the NIL transfer. Sure. So hopefully that increases. But college basketball again be coming back in 2028. Super pumped. Who's a cut? The thing is, who do you do a cover?
It's really tough.
Because
the one
do you do a current, or do you, for me?
Who's on the cover of the college? It was it was 3 different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
For college football.
Yeah, it was Travis Hunter, the Michigan running back, and
Donovan Edwards. Is that his name?
Donovan Edwards, and then whoever Texas's quarterback was. Texas players.
Yours?
Yeah, that's who it was. But yeah, I mean, easy answer would just be like National Player of the Years.
Yeah.
But they won't do that because that's too easy. They're gonna do the number one recruit.
Yeah, there'll always be a Cooper Flag. I mean, obviously not to the caliber of Cooper Flag. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
a Cooper Flag or a what was it? Chet Holmgren a few years
ago,
your boy.
Of course, NBA champ, baby.
NBA champ.
But yeah, super pumped for that. But last headline before we get into this NBA offseason drama. Did you see Sophie Cunningham's comment? That's tough.
I did. Look,
before we dive in, I'll let people know. She said, I don't know how excited people are going to be going to Detroit or Cleveland after the WNBA announced they are getting two new teams, and I can't remember. I think there's a third one.
It's Philly.
But
look,
does she not know she's in Indianapolis?
There's two sides to this coin because I guess when I say two sides of this coin, it's two of the same side to a coin. Bad analogy. We'll move forward. There's two things here. First off, I really hate like location, like talking bad about cities. Other than just like if it's come from like a sports rival, like New York and Boston talking me talking about Philly like that. That's a sports rival. Like people go to Philly all the time. People love Philly. I get that. It's purely because I hate sports in the city of Philadelphia that I in turn hate the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like that's and the fact that you're in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's just not a good look.
It's just not. And like there's a professional sports team that plays in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But like people love it. Like they're like of course people love it. There's a team that plays in Oklahoma City and they just won a championship and they signed their mega superstar to a bajillion-dollar contract and he didn't leave to go to LA or New York because it doesn't really matter like that. Like it's just that's whenever a new city gets a team, the fact that that's your first thought to be like, I don't know who's trying to go there. That's crazy to me. And then to compounding it, the fact that you're in Indianapolis, also crazy. Like, again, if you're in New York, LA, it would be elitist as hell and be like, dude, why on earth would you say that? But you get it. You'd be like, okay, like I understand what you're trying to say here. I don't agree with it. It's crazy, but I understand. Those sports are like an objective. Those cities are like an objective upward movement. Indianapolis, like that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like
Detroit has all four teams, four majors, men's teams. Indianapolis has two.
Yeah. It's absurd.
Philly has all four.
Now I wonder if this quote was taken. Was it just like a 15-second clip? I didn't watch it. I didn't see any clip that had the entire question and answer, but not a good look regardless. And then people came back with like Detroit used to have a women's, and they like they still hold two of the most attended WNBA games. So it's just not looking up for Sophie Cunningham.
That take is aging like a fine piece of milk.
And it happened like 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like it's aged quickly. But Tanner, it's the NBA offseason. You mentioned the drama. You ready to dive into the craziness as free agency, these trades going down?
Real quick, I got one more thing, one more headliner. You texted me this. I'm a little annoyed you didn't wish me it on the podcast, but
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Thank you. Happy Bonilla Day.
Let's go.
Bobby Bonilla Day. Obviously the most tired what's it called? Storyline in all of sports. Today is Bobby Bonilla Day. To celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day, I have a few others. A few other players who are getting paid. So Bobby Bonilla also gets about 1.193 million from the Mets. He also gets 500,000 from the Orioles. Max Scherzer today gets $15 million from the Nationals. That was about 4 teams ago from Max Scherzer. Chris Davis, former first baseman from the Orioles, he gets 9.16 million from the Orioles today. Manny Ramirez,
There you go.
who signed this deal in 2001, he gets 2.038 million from the Red Sox. Ryan Braun, remember our boy Ryan Braun? He gets 1.8 million from the Brewers. Lorenzo Cain, growing up, he gets 1 million from the Brewers today. He was a big time player growing up. Matt Holliday, of course, another one. He gets 1.4 million from the Cardinals today. Adam Wainwright gets 1 million from the Cardinals as well. And that was all I had. So,
Hell yeah.
but happy Bobby Bonilla Day. That's what it is. It's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Absolutely.
Not any of those other players today. Also, it is my yearly obligation to remind you that Bobby Bonilla's subsequent money deferment and release allowed the Mets to sign an additional starting pitcher, Mike Hampton, who played with the Mets, played on 2000 Mets. They made the World Series that year, so it was objectively a good signing. He was good on that team that made the World Series.
Did they win?
They did not. 2000. You know they lost it, don't you?
No. I doubt.
Think about my worst nightmare in the history of
Red Sox?
way worse than that.
Yankees?
Yes.
Tough.
So 2000, there was a Subway Series World Series, and the Yankees did win. But then the following offseason, the Mets extended a qualifying offer to Mike Hampton. He declined. He left to go to Colorado. Because he declined, the Mets got a compensation pick. With that compensation pick, they drafted a young third baseman by the name of David Wright, and he went on to be the franchise player. So, no Bobby Bonilla deferment, no David Wright, and probably no World Series in 2000. So, objectively,
there you go.
All good moves, but happy Bobby Bonilla.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. But Taryn, let's dive into some NBA offseason. I'm just gonna run through a bunch.
Let's do it.
We'll just dive into whatever you want. Cavs Bulls had a trade. Lonzo Ball is now a Cavalier. Isaac Okoro on the Bulls. Hornets Jazz trade, one of the weirdest trades. Hornets got Colin Sexton in a 2030 second rounder. Jazz got Jusuf Nurkic. Nuggets and Nets. Nuggets got Cam Johnson. Nets got Michael Porter Jr. in the 2032 first rounder. Steven Adams agreed to stay with the Rockets, 3-year, $39 million. Kyrie staying in Dallas, 3-year, $119 million. Van Vliet with the Rockets for 2 years, $50 million. Naz Reid signed a absurd contract, 5-year, $125 million to stay in Minnesota. Julius Randle stayed in T-Wolves territory for 3 years, $100 million. Jabari Smith Jr., 5-year, $122 million extension with the Rockets. D'Angelo Russell, 2-year, $13 million with the Mavs. Our boy Luka Garza, 2-year, $5.5 million with the Celtics. But the bigger names, LeBron exercises $52.6 million player option with the Lakers. I'm sure we'll talk about this one because it's a super weird one. Harden re-signed with the Clippers, 2 years, $81.5 million. Jaren Jackson, 5-year, $240 million with the Grizzlies. Shea, 4-year to a $5 million with the Thunder. And then the Bucks made a weird decision. And they waived Dane Dalla and acquired Miles Turner on 4-year, $107 million. Which one you want to dive into first here, Tanner?
Well, first off, I just kind of want to there were a lot of extensions, opt-ins, re-signings. So a lot of these guys are just staying put.
Yeah.
Right. A few of I guess the bigger ones would be obviously Shea getting an insane amount of
Shout
money.
out.
Didn't someone get, I forget who, did someone get a 2-year 150 mil?
Did they? I missed that.
Don't remember who it was. Let's see if I can find it. I thought I saw it somewhere. Hasn't been executed yet, but rumor has that the Suns and Devin Booker are moving towards a 2-year, 150 mil, 75 mil a year extension. But from what's
You
completed,
gotta keep all those guards, man.
completed, you know, who they could use. They could use a forward, maybe like a KD, like a
Yeah.
scorer like that. That could be
Yeah.
really good for. But anyway, Shea, that's a ton of money. He deserves it all. Obviously, NBA money is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But shout out Shea. And I think the other ones worth talking about are the young players. Like I'm a big Jaren Jackson Jr. guy. I think he's really good, really valuable player. Gets a big time extension to stay in Memphis. Great stuff there. And I think, over in Houston.
They kept all their solid pieces that were. Yeah.
Their young star pieces. They traded away the big contract.
Yeah.
Got brought in, obviously, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kept Van Vliet. Kept
Steven Adams, Jabari Smith. Yeah. It's going to be interesting seeing what they are next year for sure.
They should be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They should be pretty damn good. But yeah, a lot of stuff that I think the logical next move here is to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah,
look, obviously, if you listen to the podcast, you know I'm not the biggest Dame Dollar fan in the world.
Yeah.
This was cold. After tearing his Achilles, releasing him.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's one of those where it's cold to do that, and everyone's like, oh, how can you do this to Dame? In reality, he gets to rehab on his own time without any pressure of coming back. He gets the full guarantee of the contract, and he gets to go wherever he wants. So, from what I've seen on the reporting, it's that he's pretty happy with his release, that he can kind of rehab by himself, still get the money, and go where he wants to go. But it's still tough.
Yeah. And you piss off your best player. Supposedly Giannis is not too thrilled with that. And taking a look at the expected starting five for the Bucks right now, we have Miles Turner at the 5.
Okay.
Giannis.
Sure.
And then there's a very steep decline. Kuzma at the 3. Gary Trent Jr. at the shooting guard. And Kevin Porter Jr. at the point guard position.
Goodness gracious. I also, fun stat of the day, I think, because the Bucks also signed Gary Harris, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think the Bucks now employ 100% of the NBA's Garys.
There you go.
I think every single Gary in the NBA plays for the Bucks. I saw that on Twitter. Who knows if that's true or not, but I thought it was worth shouting out because that would be pretty sick if they just have a monopoly on the NBA's Garys.
Yeah. But yeah, this one is
puzzling, man. And
puzzling. Now, I will say Miles Turner is a hell of an asset.
He's a player.
Personally,
I'm very shocked he left Indianapolis, by the way.
Yeah, I was very shocked by that. It didn't seem to me that the whole Dame Giannis was really working out. Obviously, riddled with injuries throughout, but it's just the amount of money the Bucks are going to have to pay for Dame over the next 5 years is
for him
insane.
To play on another team.
Yeah, absolutely absurd.
Yeah, I agree. It's just if you wanted. I had my take. We had our take on the move with Drew Holiday and bringing in Dame. If you want to just see how bad of a trade that is, it lasted 2 years, and the Bucks completely ate north of $50 million.
Yeah, something like that.
North of $50 million that they're just paying him and to not play on their team.
Yeah, not great.
If that is how bad of a trade is, that they're willing to just upfront foot foot the bill for $50 million to get out of it.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, not good.
And not to mention their head coach is still not
good. Yeah. Not great. Not great. What are your thoughts on this Nuggets Nets trade, Tanner? Cam Johnson, Mike Porter Jr. You got any thoughts on that one?
I like Cam Johnson as
I love it.
I think he can play really meaningful minutes on a contender for sure. I think he's just like probably a less skilled, but also less ball demanding and less.
He's a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, I think he fills the exact role.
Michael Porter is not.
He fills the exact role. He's going to do it more efficiently. He's going to play better defense, and he's going to do all of that, space the floor better. I love it for Denver, to be honest. And like I don't necessarily mind it for Brooklyn either. Like they got so many shots to go around. Michael Porter screams like he's gonna average 25 points a game.
Yeah,
take all the shots.
Him and Cam Thomas about to shoot 60% of the total shots.
Maybe I'm trying to think of a team, or maybe like the Mavericks see that and they're like, oh, we could use a a wing forward, not because I have Anthony Davis to be their like bigger forward center guy. We could use a wing forward. I'll trade you maybe a first rounder or 4 second. Who knows? He screams to me like a guy that they can utilize their shots to go around. He'll put up numbers, and then maybe they could trade him.
Yeah,
similar to what the Knicks did with Marcus Morris a few years ago.
Yeah,
he was averaging like 22 because they're so bad.
Yeah,
into the Clippers, got a pick. That pick ended up being Emmanuel Quickly, who was a good player for them. So
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be the Mavs, but I see what you're saying.
I was just I don't know.
Yeah, but perhaps while the Dame deal is weird, LeBron might be weirder.
Yeah, it's really
because an article came out, he re-signed, but is contemplating his future with the Lakers. What the hell does that mean?
Hey, LeBron, that's called a player option. If you don't...
he just absolutely screwed the Lakers from signing anybody worth a shit.
If you aren't sure about the direction of the team, you don't have to go back to them.
Yeah.
And
there's rumors now of a potential one-on-one trade with the Suns. Bradley Beal, LeBron is what I saw. Now, don't quote me on that because I saw it on X, but
I just whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's one of those where
because Bradley Beal played really well with a ball dominant player last time.
It's
just this one is very confusing. I think this one is more confusing.
It's tough because
more confusing.
Generally speaking, if players who opt into player options, I will never fault them for that. The team signed you to that. They gave you that. It is 100% you have to take that. Doing that and then coming back and say, I don't know about the direction of the team.
Yeah.
When a top 5 player in the NBA is on your team and was gifted to you last year, and you just straight up said, I want to be here. I'm opting into this contract. There's no other way to take it other than maybe he truly is not sure about the direction of the Lakers, but also doesn't want to forego that amount of money. So he's forcing the Lakers into being, now you have to trade me, or I don't know. It's very strange, and it's not coming across the best for Mr. LeBron James.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really weird. That's definitely gonna be a story to watch out for sure, because there's when he even signed it, there was nothing about it. They didn't post anything about him returning to LA,
opting back in.
And It's the first time he's exercised a player option in his career. It's just
bizarre.
It's fishy.
Bizarre and fishy.
But
all of the above.
Anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we can dive into these small ones, but I don't think they're that. I think we kind of hit the big ones for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess the only ones that I would really want to talk about would be the Knicks. I mean, it looks like they're going to get Jordan Clarkson and Guerschon Yabusele. It's one of those, like, Jordan Clarkson is one of those. They were just absolutely hampered with their depth. You can bring in a guy who averaged 16 off the bench because he was bought out by Utah. You get him for probably vet minimum. That hasn't been confirmed yet. You'll probably get him very cheap, who can give you mid to high teens off the bench. That's valuable. That could be a pretty good move. Yabusele, it's like he was pretty good for Philly. Another guy, he averaged like 11 off the bench for Philly. It was like high 30s 3-point percentage. So, you bring in a power forward type player who can play the 5 on a small lineup, who can stretch the 4 a little bit, give you good minutes. It's like, okay, sure. That's kind of what I'm at.
Yeah.
And it's for a team that really struggled with its depth, 2 of the cheaper options to lengthen that depth could be pretty valuable. So I liked it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. I'm not gung-ho about it, but you're adding depth, which was sorely needed.
Yeah.
Now
absolutely.
You need a head coach.
Yeah. Don Staley's available.
Don Staley is available. Mike Brown is available. If I'm a betting man right now, I'd be willing to bet that it would be Mike Brown. Which is just like okay. Like,
yeah.
He had that one great year in Sacramento. Of course, he since got fired, but
yeah, it's
such is life in the NBA.
Yeah, obviously Thunder retained some pieces. Jalen Williams, not the guy who supposedly played like the entire playoffs with a torn ligament in his hand. The other one, we signed him to an extension 2-year, $28 million. And then, of course, Shea re-signed. That's a lot of money, but if he would have waited a year, it would have been 380. So I'll take 285, save the team some money. Sam Presti's going to find a diamond in the rough no one's even looking at. But yeah, that's the Thunder haven't really made any big moves. I really don't expect them to. They have their guys kind of locked up. But anything else on this NBA offseason free agency so far?
I think we hit the highlights, man.
Yeah. So now it's time to get to the 4th of July festivities. We got a bracket here. We got 4 of the sections: grilling essentials, delicious desserts, sizzling sides, and chill bites. Tanner, you're going to have to fill this bracket out.
All right. I like this.
All right. So we'll start in the grill essentials division. We got the number 1 seed burgers taking on the number 4 seed barbecue chicken. Who you going with there?
For me, I think I'm team barbecue pork over barbecue chicken.
100%.
So because of that, barbecue chicken can be good, man. It can be good. I'm a big fan of barbecue chicken pizza, but or like a every once in a while I'll dip like a chicken tender or something in barbecue just to switch it up. But barbecue chicken off the grill, I'm going burgers here.
Yeah,
I'm going burgers here.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we got brats versus hot dogs. Tanner, the 2 seed brats take on the hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, they play a similar role, They play a similar role. But I just think one is superior to the other in every single spot imaginable. So give me the brat over the hot dog. A hot dog is just like a more mild brat that doesn't bring as much flavor, doesn't bring enough punch.
Yeah,
as the brat does. So brat's going to move on from the hot dog.
Absolutely. In the final matchup in the grilling essentials. We got brats versus burgers. Tanner, who you got here?
This is tough. But I tell you what, man, when I, when I think of I'm grilling out at on the 4th of July, I'm going brat. I'm going with the brat. I think, burgers are obviously great grill out food. I think of burgers more of just like when I go to like a sports bar, give me a burger.
Yeah.
Grill out food, I'm going hot dogs and brats, and I think brats are better. So I'm going with the brat. That's my winner for the grill essentials. Give me a nice grilled brat on the 4th of July.
So good. So good. Next we'll move down to actually I should probably fill mine out. Burger, I'm rocking with burgers over barbecue chicken for all the reasons you said. Brats are elite, and I got brats over burgers. So not a big difference there, Tanner. But let's move down to the dessert section. We got apple pie taking on brownies, 1 versus 4. Who you got here?
We got our first Cinderella upset. Look, I love apple pie. Apple pie is amazing. Fresh baked brownies, homemade brownies, are a top tier dessert in my humble opinion. And I'm gonna go brownies in this spot.
Yeah.
Give me the 4 seed brownies taking out apple pie.
There you go. First upset of his bracket. Then we got the 2 seed ice cream taking on banana pudding. Tanner, who you got here?
It's gonna be ice cream. It just is. And like in an ideal world, I've got the ice cream on the brownie. Now we're cooking with gas. But ice cream, I think, is in that 2-hole. It's going to handle banana pudding pretty handily. Nothing against banana pudding. It's a good little team, good little player. Ice cream is just that dude. Superstar caliber. Ice cream is being banana pudding.
Now here's the question, Tanner: brownies or ice cream?
It's tough. It's just going to be ice cream. The Cinderella. I don't know if anything is beating ice cream in terms of dessert. It's the most versatile player. You can pair it with something. You can eat it by itself. It can go in the cone. It can go in the bowl. It can do whatever you want it to. You can put all types of crap in it. Ice cream is my number 1 for dessert. So it's moving on to. I got 2 number 2 seeds winning. Sam.
There you go. For my delicious desserts, we got 1 versus 4 brown apple pie versus brownies. I think the rarity I have apple pie plays in this.
Sure, it's a treat.
Not that I have brownies a whole lot, but I'm more inclined to make brownies than apple pie. So I am getting a overtime win to apple pie. Yep. And then ice cream and banana pudding. Man, this one was tough, Tanner. But again, I think rarity plays here. I'm going banana pudding.
Get out of town.
Moving on. I'm a big banana pudding guy, man. It's good, and this might be a hot take, but I don't even think apple pie is the best apple dessert.
What you got? What you going with?
The apple crisp.
Apple crisp.
Apple crisp is just. I don't even think it's the best pie either.
I agree with that. I don't think it's the best pie.
What is the best pie?
I am a huge. I know it's not summer vibes, but I think pumpkin pie is just
pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is elite for sure.
Just spectacular.
I love a good pecan pie.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, a peach pie is.
I just love the fruit. Like, give me all the berries.
Yeah.
Like, I love a good strawberry rhubarb pie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shout out Grammy.
Yeah,
Grammy makes some fire ass strawberry rhubarb. Shout out.
It's like the sweet strawberry and like the tart.
It's so good.
Man. I love it.
Elite. But I got apple pie, banana pudding. Give me banana pudding in this one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was either I had a list I had an ice cream or banana pudding over apple pie. It's a battle of ice cream.
The bracket was one down on the bottom half there.
Absolutely. Next, we'll go over to the sizzling sides, Tanner. I have a feeling what you're going to go with here: mac and cheese, corn on cob.
Unfortunately, I'm a John Rothstein a little bit, with the naming the brackets, the region of. Unfortunately, I think the sizzling sides is going to be the region of chalk. So I'm going to have mac and cheese moving on over corn on the cob pretty handily. The argument for corn on the cob, it definitely gives you more of like a grill out
vibe for sure.
But it's just not. It's just not.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I'm gonna guess you're taking French fries in this next matchup versus baked
beans. I understand baked beans has a loyal fan base.
Very loyal.
It's just not going to be me.
I'd say that it has one of the most side loyalty.
I agree.
And personally, I'm not about it either.
I'm just not one of them. The baked beans does not play with me. Give me the French fries in that spot there.
And then we got mac and cheese versus French fries.
The heavyweights, probably the two best in the side that play in the side league. But I often pay up at restaurants to get the mac and cheese on the side. It's just that, dude.
Yeah.
It can play it's so good it can play in the main dish category, but it's best as a side. Give me the mac and cheese.
What was the best mac and cheese you've ever had?
Wow. This is really tough. I think it is going to be. It was a barbecue place back home. Great one. The owner's name was Bob.
Ciao, Bob.
Barbecue place. It was called Bobby Q's.
Nice. That's elite. That's good.
Good stuff, dude. Their barbecue was really good. Their mac and cheese and their garlic mashed potatoes were just supreme.
Yeah.
I'm going Bobby Q's mac and cheese.
Nice.
Back home in New York.
There you go. Shout out Bobby Q's, baby. Shout out Bobby Q's.
So good. Got the shells. Shells.
Can't believe you didn't say Jethro's. Unreal.
It is most certainly not.
What about like chain restaurants? Who's got the best?
Oh, chain restaurant is hands down. It's going to be tough because I call them overrated. But god dang, is Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is supreme.
Nice.
It's supreme. They have the best, like, readily available chain mac and cheese for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Spirit. French fries, give me your overall and your chain.
Best French fry overall. It's gonna be so. I can name you a few places that have it. It is a. I don't even know how to describe it. You know who has it is 30 Hop, a local place. Around here. Yeah, it is. It's
shout 30 Hop.
Fries.
Delicious.
Great food.
They got great food.
Great fries. It's like a
no free ads.
No free ads. That's sponsors 30 Hop. But it's like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a seasoned fry that's like crispy.
It's so good.
It's got like it's like crunchies almost. Yeah. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
It is so unbelievably good. That is my number one fry, top tier. Like at any given point, if I want fries, I want those. They're crispy, they're potatoey, they're seasoned, they're delicious. Yeah. Absolutely delicious.
Chain.
Fast food wise, chain wise. They don't get enough love, period. They certainly don't get enough love for their fry game. It's going to be the Arby's Curly. It's going to be the Arby's Curly. One thing between the two, seasoning. It's
seasoning.
Not just salt. It's seasoned fries that are going to be what does it for me. So I'm going to go with the Arby's Curly.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll dive into mine. I have mac and cheese, French fries. Moving on.
It's tough. I mean, because corn on the cob, baked beans, they're good competitors. They just ran it.
Absolutely. For my mac and cheese, I gotta go with Black Suns, but bacon mac and cheese, dude. I mean, the best. If you're ever in Iowa City, check it out. And then chain. The thing about Chick-fil-A is you gotta get it when it's hot. Because I've had it at room temp. It's tough. It's not a good look for you.
Yeah.
One that I think is kind of underrated, but is always gas. Panera.
Yeah.
Panera's mac and cheese is gas.
Are we in the terrestrial?
What you got?
I had that for dinner last night.
Hell yeah.
Panarin mac and cheese.
So good.
It was from the Costco pack.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had it last night. It was phenomenal.
So good.
So very, very good mac and cheese.
For French fries though, I gotta go with local spot here, Boulder Tap House Cajun fries.
Yeah, yep.
A little beer battered fry, Cajun seasoning when they remember to put it on is elite. Chain, I mean, Arby's is an easy answer. I think it's a goat answer for sure. But I think one of the most underrated fries in the game, Wendy's.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wendy's just classic, just classic.
Figured it out, man.
Yeah, it was not good for a while there.
They revamped their program and now they are just spinning out talent.
Absolutely,
those fries are good.
But let's move on, Tanner, down to the chill bites. We got number 1 seed pasta salad taking on the 4 watermelon.
Ooh, look, this is kind of a close matchup. Watermelon is a damn good. It's so like refreshing when it's hot out and you're by the pool, you're grilling, you're doing whatever. Pasta salad is a tough one to take down, and I just don't think watermelon does it. It's just like it's that thing where you're eating all these meats and all this heavy stuff, and then you just get this light pasta salad with oil and vinegar and all the veggies, and you just dump them all in. And it's
the best.
It's the best. So I'm going pasta salad.
So are you a vinaigrette over mayonnaise based pasta salad?
Yeah, like because the pasta salad, the macaroni salad is usually what you get, mayonnaise based stuff. I love them both. Outside for grilling, 4th of July type stuff, definitely vinaigrette type. But I do love a good macaroni salad. That's a mayonnaise based thing. But for the purposes of this bracket with 4th of July stuff, give me the vinaigrette, and that stuff is elite.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the 2 seed taking on the 3 seed coleslaw versus potato salad. Who you got here?
Another really tough battle. The only thing is just one of these is hit or miss. That's not true. They're both very hit or miss. I think one of these things is a miss more often for me than the other. And that's because one of these has a potato. Gee, okay, gave away my answer there. One of these has a tendency to put an ingredient that I'm not a huge fan of, and that's mustard. Some potato salads can get way too mustardy for me. I'll still eat them. I'll still think they're okay. But I think like coleslaw generally is a little bit more down the middle as long as it's cold coleslaw. Like I've had some hot slaw that I really don't like.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. I know. There's one that my mom loves and both my parents love. Sorry to disappoint you, Ma. We're going with the cold coleslaw. I think it's going to take down the potato salad because it's just more consistent with the mustard.
Yeah, I get it, man. And then we got pasta salad taking on coleslaw.
Both of these can play in the vinaigrette division. They can play in the mayonnaise division. But Sam, you're just telling me what you're asking me if I want a noodle or if I want cabbage. Coleslaw, it could play. It plays well, but it's just not going to beat the noodle. Give me the pasta salad. Absolutely.
For me, Tanner, I think pasta salad obliterates watermelon. I don't think it's even a competition. Not a big fan of watermelon. Coleslaw potato salad, man. I like what you said about potato salad. Sometimes it is a little too mustardy. But when you put the best of the best against each other, I gotta give it to potato salad, man. I've had some
fire potato salad is fire. Yeah.
Place back home, Whole Hog Cafe, no free shout outs. They have this baked potato salad. It is phenomenal, man. Also, one of my favorites, man.
If you were to just places I've never had before and you were just say the name, Whole
Hog
Cafe
dude
has got to be number one
yeah
on places that just sound like it is the most delicious food you'll ever have.
it's gas for sure. But yeah, so I got pasta salad, potato salad. What takes away potato salad is mustard.
Yeah, it's just
I like some mustard, but when it's really mustardy, it's really gross. So pasta salad is just one of the most elite summer sides, and I think it plays here. But Tanner, we got your final four: brats versus ice cream, and mac and cheese versus pasta salad.
so we'll start on the left side of the bracket here. You know, the grill versus the dessert. I think one of these is the GOAT of their division, and that's the one I'm going to be moving on, and that's ice cream. It's the GOAT of
Ice cream.
I think like at any point, it's my favorite dessert. I will always go to ice cream, and you know, during the summer, it's during the fourth. It's when it's at its best. You know, when it plays at its best. You want it to cool you down. So I'm gonna go with the ice cream over the brat. I know the dessert could be a little hit or miss for some people, but it's the go to the dessert category for me. So it's gonna be moving on. And then on the other side of the bracket, Sam, very similar players.
Very similar.
Again, I'm gonna go with the mac and cheese. It plays when you're an adult. You know, you get the more exotic ones. You know, you get it baked, you get with stuff in it, and then when you're a kid, the Kraft and the Velveeta, they always play too. It's a timeless classic. I'm going with the mac and cheese.
So we got a battle of absolute heavy hitters, Tanner. Ice cream versus mac and cheese. Who you got?
The GOAT. It's ice cream. It's ice cream, man. It is the absolute best. I have it damn near every day.
Yeah, it's gas.
I may have just outed myself with that one.
No,
But
no outing.
it is the best, man. It is so good. I'm going ice cream. It is it's one of the GOAT foods for me. Mount Rushmore foods, ice cream's on it.
For sure. Absolutely, man. For my final four, I had brats versus banana pudding. Unfortunately, the banana pudding run ends here. Just the brat is the elite of grilled essentials. Cheddar brats, especially, are some of the best things on this earth. Mac and cheese versus pasta salad. I think the pasta salad is a little more consistent, man. So give me pasta salad. Slider. Really well. Yeah, absolutely. So brats versus pasta salad, a dynamic duo together, but unfortunately we got to separate them here. And I just got to go with the best of the best. Give me brats here, man.
Brats.
Elite stuff, man.
Brats are elite. No question about that. We recently had some on the grill.
So good.
Phenomenal.
The more charred, the better.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. Really good stuff. I have no problem with brats in that bracket.
So good. But hope y'all enjoyed that. Let us know what your favorite July 4th barbecue food is on Instagram. We'll be posting that later this week. But Tanner, it is time for Give Me Five. And of course, the episode before July 4th. Independence Day, we gotta do it. Patriotic things, Tanner. Where are you taking 1-1?
Sam, I think I have a few things on here, and when it came down to it, this is one of the first things that pops into my mind. I think there's nothing more patriotic you can do. And there's a reason why they have it on the most patriotic day in America, and that's the 4th of July, and that is the hot dog eating competition. There's nothing more patriotic than watching people jump down 70 plus hot dogs for no reason at all, just to say they've done it and win the competition. It's the best. It's the best. A timeless classic, and the Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
That's elite.
Is got.
I mean, it has a GOAT athlete of all athletes.
Yeah,
Joey Chestnut making his return this year.
The
Shout out
storylines,
the storylines, dude.
Storylines are there. The day. I mean, obviously, there's no bigger stage than the 4th of July. That's there. It's just it's phenomenal.
It's amazing.
There's nothing better. Nothing more patriotic than watching that.
Yeah, dude. That's elite, man. Oh man, I got. Oh man. There's a lot on here, Tanner. I got it.
See,
Man. I'm gonna do it. What I think is one of the most patriotic movies of all time. Give me the Top Gun movies.
ooh, okay.
Love them.
Sure.
Elite. So
They're good.
That is my 1-1.
No doubt about it.
And then my second pick, I'm going to go to the sports realm. We're going to take it back to 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. A bunch of young college kids take on the dominant Soviet Union. It was not their day as the United States of America pull off one of the great upset victories in Olympic history, ice hockey history, 4-3.
That was going to be my pick. Really good pick there.
Thank you.
Really good pick. Okay. Okay, and my 2-hole, I think I'm going to go. This is about as patriotic, about as American as it gets. May he rest in peace, Toby Keith. In my
Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one. I had that on my list for sure.
The next, these are really tough. That's a good pick. In my 3-hole, I'm going to go with again something. It's part of a bigger category that I probably could have taken, but I think it hits harder on the graphic if it's just this, because I think it's the most, not my favorite, but the most American version of this. And I'm just going to go with your classic Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Classic Budweiser.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's a good pick for sure. Oh man. I feel like I'm between two right here, Tanner. I'm going to go with this one. With my 3 pick. Pat Tillman leaving the NFL to join the Army. One of the most American things that has ever been done.
Very true.
That is my 3 here, Tanner. Number 4 here, Tanner. There's just so many ways you could go with this. I'm gonna do it. It's classic, nostalgic. The Old Navy 4th of July collection. You have to, right? I mean, everyone knows those shirts, those outfits. They advertise every year. Every kid in America has had one at one point. So shout out Old Navy 4th of July collection.
That's really good. Okay. With my 4th pick here, I'm gonna go with this is like, it's kind of a tough one to explain, but you know where I'm getting at. It's the when we took out Bin Laden.
Yeah.
When we took out Bin Laden, specifically, this isn't my pick, but like this, it counts in my pick. Specifically, it was on a Sunday night. I will always remember that. It was on a Sunday night because Sunday Night Baseball was Mets and Phillies. Two cities, 2 teams that absolutely hate each other. When that was announced, the entire stadium just started chanting USA. It's worth the watch. The clip is worth the watch if you haven't seen it. But I remember the response to taking out Bin Laden was about as patriotic as it got.
That's a late pick.
So I'm gonna go with that one. Now my last one is really tough. There are a few ways I can go here. I'm just gonna go Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Nice. That's a good one.
Real tough to get more American than just riding on a Harley.
Yeah. That's good. That's good 5, man. For my 5th pick, I'm gonna go with the one I thought of immediately when I decided this was gonna be.
And you're getting it
at 5.
You're getting it at 5.
At 5.
Wow.
Value pick. I'm gonna go with the 4th of July game in the Sandlot.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. With y'all know the scene. America Beautiful playing in the background. America's favorite pastime. Just boys being boys. 4th of July, lighted up by fireworks. So that's my 5th pick, man.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. You got any honorable mentions, Tanner?
No, I do. So one I had. I just had like the general fireworks because it's kind of whatever. Kind of a boring pick, but definitely patriotic. I also just had like in general grilling.
Yeah.
Something about standing over a grill.
Yeah.
Just feels patriotic.
Patriotic for sure.
Winning world wars.
Yeah, that's pretty patriotic.
That's pretty patriotic. Pretty. I stayed away from that one because technically I think Great Britain also won both world wars, but we know who won both world wars.
Yeah, back-to-back World War champs.
You know it. Let's go with state fairs and frying everything.
Pretty patriotic.
You know what I mean? Just frying everything.
Absolutely.
Which led me to also with kind of that food thing and Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. That is patriotic as
it gets. General store there. Just home cooking, country fried everything.
Yep.
Gravy on top of everything.
Italy.
Sweet tea on the table. Whatever. So I thought that one was pretty good. And then my last one, of course, the SEC.
Yep. Electric. Honorable mentions there, Tanner. Some of mine, I had a specific song by Mr. Toby Keith, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Obviously that's the headliner when you draft Toby Keith, but it's something I listen to be like Beer for My Horses.
Yeah. Dude, it's
American as hell.
It's the best. God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood.
Yeah, of course.
These next two, they are symbolic with being very patriotic, but they kind of go against America by putting them in my honorable mentions. Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, and the national anthem played by Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock. Both weren't in support of USA, but they have turned.
Neither of them had patriotic intentions.
Yeah, but people love playing it. Next, I have Captain America.
Sure.
He's pretty patriotic.
Sure.
Rides
a Harley, by the way.
Hell yeah. Fly over during national anthems.
Oh, that's a really good one. I don't know how I didn't think of that.
Yep. Military homecomings. Another patriotic one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
George W. Bush, first pitch of Game 3 of the 2001 World Series at Yankee Stadium. Very similar vibes to your Sunday Night Baseball.
Not meaningful at all, but the Yankees lost that World Series. I just like it.
The Star Spangled Banner by Chris Stapleton, one of my favorite renditions of the Star Spangled Banner. And then Bomb Pops or Firecrackers.
Yep. I do have a bad miss, though, that I just now thought of.
Oof.
Army-Navy football game.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge miss.
That's a bad
We're a
miss
sports
from the
podcast.
boys. That's a really bad miss from the
Yikes.
boys. That's a really bad miss from the boys. We'll own that.
We might have to delete this.
We'll own that. That's tough, but the show must go on, right?
Yeah. But, yeah. Run through your 5 one more time. Wrap up this.
I've got number 1. I got the hot dog eating competition every July 4th. You know it'll be on. 2, I got Toby Keith. 3, I got Budweiser. 4, I've got the reaction to taking out Bin Laden. And then number 5, I got Harley Davidson motorcycle.
There you go. For me, I have Top Gun movies, Miracle on Ice, Pat Tillman leaving the NFL to join the Army. Then we have the Old Navy 4th of July collection and the 4th of July game in the Sandlot movie. Fireless.
I love them.
Fireless for sure. But that is going to wrap it up for episode 175. It's that time of year where sports are dying down, but we had a lot to talk about from the NBA, the NFL, college sports, to the WNBA, to MLB. And of course, we talked about that NBA offseason, all the free agency drama, the trades. We talked about it all. Then we dove into the bracket of the best 4th of July foods and then wrapped up with a Give Me 5 Patriotic Things. This episode will be releasing on July 3rd. So we hope you have a great 4th of July. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time off for sure. But you can follow the podcast at crunchtime_pod on Instagram, X, TikTok. You can like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, Crunch Time with the N326 Duo. The clock has run out on this one, but we'll see you on the next one on Crunch Time.
See ya.